Bonjour, hi, je m'appelle Morgane, je viens de France et ça fait 15 ans que je vis à Singapour. Je vis ici avec mon mari et mes 2 enfants qui sont nés ici à Singapour également.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Hélène le Chatelier, je suis française. Je suis venue m'installer une première fois à Singapour en 2005 et j'ai tellement aimé mon expérience que j'y suis revenue en 2010 avec ma famille.
Je suis Lauren， 这是我的爸爸 Dion， 这是我的弟弟 Adam， 这是我的妈妈 Morgane。我喜欢新加坡。Yay, that looks so good.
Cool.
42-year-old Morgane Foucaud was originally from Alsace, France. She and her husband settled in Singapore 15 years ago. The couple had fallen in love with the city on their first holiday trip here.
Bon appétit! A lot of different culture that we can meet and cohabit with, so it's quite exciting, yeah.
Everything is easy. It's safety for us, for the kids. It's the level of education that is high, very low crime. All of that is fostering a great environment basically for everyone to live in a cool harmony.
3 years after they arrived, they became permanent residents.
Cheers!
They had gotten married at the French embassy in Singapore. Their daughter Lauren was born here, as was their son Adam. The 2 children have been raised here.
I was born here and I have a lot of friends here. I like my school.
What's your favorite Singaporean food?
Prata with sugar and chicken rice. Prata with curry and chicken rice. 弟弟妹妹 Bye. Dog.
Although the French school is only a 10-minute drive from their home, Morgane chose to send her children to local schools.
小动物们有的带当裤，枪有的在。
Well, they were born here, so they were going to a local English Chinese kindergarten. So they really grew up in that system.
的很开心。
Désolé, tu vas devoir te réfugier sous le préau. Dis donc, t'as pas l'impression que ce type...
The logic is like that, is home they speak French. They speak fluently French, so it's not the issue. But I believe that in terms of business, Chinese is a language for the future.
The children learn English and Chinese in school. Meanwhile, their parents have learned to speak Singlish like Singaporeans.
Yeah, no, we can speak, no problem. It's a good way also to be accepted and to blend, in a sense. After 15 years, yeah, I would say that quite fluent.
Botak and cannot tahan.
With the food, you don't play, huh?
Kanchang spider, bleu like
Black
sotong.
你好，我叫 Cassie， 我的爸爸的名字是 Guilan， 我妈妈是 Hélène， 我2个弟弟是 Théotime 和 Amalric， 我姐姐的名字是 Brune， 她在苏格兰，我们是住在新加坡的法国人。
Si jamais bien, tu répares le truc et que ça marche. Il est en train de négocier à 8, mais non, c'est 5.
The Le Chatelier family moved to Singapore in 2010. Hélène and her husband had lived briefly in Singapore before. They enjoy meeting people of different nationalities and ethnicities and want to see their children grow up in a diverse environment.
is the fact that our children grow up in an environment that is very open-minded.
They are more citizens of the world, let's say, right? And that there is a lot to learn from many other people who are coming from a very different background. And that's what is going to make the richness of their mindset as well.
But Hélène still values her roots. She sends her children to the International French School in Singapore.
For us, it was very important that they have this link, but not only be able to speak the language, but also be able to write and read it correctly. And that's part of their roots as well. I mean, they are French.
When she first came to Singapore, everything was foreign to her. Hélène found herself in some unexpected situations.
We found some Chinese sausages, and it looked like our French saucisson. Yeah, we just ate it as it is, and so different, and it was not good at all. I mean, not our taste at least, but that's what we like. Chicken and 12 pork, and also I will have one more jack.
You want a chili?
A little bit, okay. Not too much. So I'm fond of rojak. I'm the only one of the family who likes this. I like the fact that it's a mix of salty and sweet flavors, and it's also crunchy in some. I mean, I really love it. I think I could have it every day.
Mine personally is laksa. I like the fact that it's spicy and that there's a lot of different ingredients together, and it's quite good.
We do love local food, as you can see, and the good part of being in Singapore is that you have very easy access to many different kinds of food, which we love and enjoy, yes, very much.
Serangoon Gardens in the morning. The scene is of French children cycling to school. The International French School had moved to its current premises nearby back in 1999. So not surprisingly, a significant number of French families have moved here. The French embassy estimates that there are currently about 20,000 French nationals living here. That's a 5-fold increase over the past 15 years.
I'm not sure that many Singaporeans who cycle every day to go to work or, or go to school. So this makes the place French in a way.
Hélène has lived in Singapore for 10 years. She used to stay in Serangoon Gardens so that her children could go to the French school easily. Although she has moved away, she still visits ever so often.
Hello, morning. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
For the past 9 years, Hélène has been coming to this hair salon. She's been a long-time customer of Deborah Fu, who runs the salon.
Okay, today, what would you like to do? The
Well,
same?
same as usual,
Okay.
Yeah.
Highlight and haircut, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Deborah's clients are mainly French nationals. Over time, they've become her friends.
Because he asked me, he said,
Some continue to keep in touch with her even after they've returned to France.
我们78%是法国人嘛，所以在7月、8月他们回去 summer holiday 的时候，然后我们就会觉得很近咯，生意真的很近。然后有的就在这边已经跟我们已经5、6年，所以变成朋友了嘛。他们回去我们会想念他们咯。我们在 Facebook， 然后有时在 Messenger， 偶尔 Christmas 的时候之前的回去的，他们都会打电话跟我 Merry Christmas 这样咯 ，Happy New Year。
done your hair all right?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Since 1985, when the salon was opened, Deborah has seen and felt the transformation of Serangoon Gardens. She likes the changes.
他们放学3点半，我很喜欢看那些小孩子骑那个bicycle回家咯。我觉得这个东西新加坡哪里都看不到，只是在 Serangoon Gardens 才看得到。我认识那些小孩子 ，then just want to make sure 他们是 right 了，比较 careful 这样咯，比较小心。
So see you again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This little shop sells French groceries, bread, wine, cheese, and more. And the boss is Morgane, who has lived here for 15 years.
J'ai des moules de bouchon qui arrivent demain soir.
Ça, c'est cool.
6 years ago, the French presence in Serangoon Gardens had begun to grow. Morgane spotted the business opportunity and opened her shop here.
Ah, ben, bon courage pour la suite des... Salut.
Bye bye.
The French prefer to prepare food at home, and they often buy their ingredients from her.
Traditionally, French people have a tendency to eat at home, so it's not so much in our habits to have some takeout. So we cook at home. It's a way of sharing also with our family, with our friends. It's something that is precious, yes.
According to Morgane, when she first opened the shop, local customers probably saw her as a French expat living in Singapore temporarily before returning to France. But they eventually changed their opinion about her.
I would say it changed it in the long run, because of course at the beginning I was still the Angmo opening and selling some cheese. But after a while, you know, I started to let them taste, and it's almost a conversation, a relation that we created. Some are sometimes coming just to say hi, just to share a few things.
Yeah, put it in my handbag, and my handbag was smelling of cheese.
It's quite lovely, and I feel that I've been, you know, like accepted by the community.
Baguettes are a French staple. And for the French, they do not expect their shopkeeper to slice the baguette for them.
My local customers, they would usually ask if I can cut the bread, slice the bread for them. And then usually I tease them, I tell, okay, I cut it to 2. And then they would say, no, smaller pieces. And then I tell them in a small smile, and I say, it's for the curry, right? Say, yes, how do you know? That I'm used to your habits.
The shop is like a meeting place for French people. The moment customers step in, they speak in French.
Voilà pour vous. Merci. Au revoir.
Morgane has also become friends with a Singaporean customer, Hélène Tan, who is married to a Frenchman.
6年前我搬进来时，他的店刚好开张，所以有进来看一下。然后发现我们的先生原来是同事，所以从此就感情越来越深。
Adam avait son anniversaire là il y a 2-3 jours.
Ah, d'accord.
Et il a reçu une guitare.
Et c'est joué?
Pas encore.
因为我是新加坡人嘛，所以Morgane 就会经常问我关于新加坡的习惯，比如小一报名过程，怎么进入本地学校。
Génial. Bonne journée. Au revoir, Hélène.
Before COVID-19 hit, Morgane would hold small parties in her shop every 6 weeks for the French and Singaporean communities to interact.
For my French community, it was a way to mingle around, to make maybe new friends, and also for my Singaporean customers, it was a way to share our apéro. So we have a tradition of apéritif, so which is usually a drink that we share with some friends before dinner.
As an artist, what kind of opportunities has Hélène encountered? Hélène Le Chatelier has been living in Singapore for 10 years. In June 2019, she had the opportunity to create a mural in Kampong Glam. Although it was the first time she was painting a mural here, she wasn't alone. Quite a number of long-time residents would stop by for a chat. One of them is Sham, who owns a business in the area.
And when they come to us, they do take a picture, with your mural in the background.
He would take the time to greet her every day. He had advised Hélène to paint in the morning to avoid the blazing afternoon sun.
I was happy to see artists of a different nationality working over here because I love to meet different people. She's always very tenacious, because she keeps on at it until she is done.
Hélène's paints and the control for her scissor lift were left with Sham for safekeeping every day.
It was very, very helpful all along, and so nice to know that you have a friend nearby who can really look after the thing and let you know when there is a problem.
Hélène was later commissioned by the Singapore Tourism Board to paint a mural for the Katong Juchiat Art Circuit. The mural of a boy skipping in the rain references the flooding that was common there in the past. The text on the wall is by Singaporean writer Christine Chia.
As a Westerner artist in Singapore, I have to say that it's not always easy because you're never considered as a local artist. Yeah, it's a milestone, definitely, and it also means something to leave a trace in a city where you spent so many years.
Hélène rented the studio in the Woodlands Industrial Estate. Her work spans across various media. She's also adept at painting with Chinese ink.
Everybody can relate to black and white. If I use color, for example, one color will mean something in an Asian culture, for example. It will have a different meaning in my culture. And that's not what I'm talking to. I want to talk about general matters that we all have in common.
Hélène had studied fine art in Paris, but she put down her paintbrush after graduation to go into product design and to focus on her family. Then, 10 years ago, Hélène and her family moved to Singapore. Her youngest son was born here. It was in 2014 when she decided to pick up her paintbrushes again.
The fact that I moved here, that I was far from my original culture, and suddenly I had to face so many diversity, so many cultures here in Singapore, I think it led me to reopen that door. It's questioning, where do you belong? I probably belong a bit to Europe and a bit to here, but on the other hand, I can't say that I'm Singaporean, of course, and I will probably never be, even if I spend many years here.
What Hélène misses most being so far away from her homeland is the other members of her family in France. Her mother had dementia and Parkinson's disease. Hélène missed her most.
There was also this time where my mother was not able to talk anymore over the phone. At the end, a few last months and even years, all the communication with my mother was mostly by touching or through the eyes. or something like this, but when you live 10,000 miles away, then it's just impossible to do it.
Hélène's mother became critically ill a few years ago, and Hélène almost missed seeing her one last time.
I couldn't sleep, of course, and I spent all those hours just praying that she will, you know,
Wait for you.
Wait for me, yeah. It was very, very emotional for sure, yeah.
We arrived at the airport like 3 minutes before the end of check-in.
Yeah,
then she just went to the plane and she was able to get Ella right away. And she arrived a few hours before she died, which means that then she had more time with her mother there. So it is very difficult to live very far.
It is difficult to let go of thoughts of home when you live 10,000 miles away. But they cherish the opportunity to live in Singapore and certainly hope to continue living here.
I suppose we stayed here longer because we like it and we enjoy it very much. And we plan to stay probably a long period of time. I think also one of our sons is born here, so definitely also it makes a special link. His passport for all his lifelong, it will be written born in Singapore, so of course it means something very important to us.
Singapore is home for us, you know, being here for that long time. We don't have much back in France that is ours, besides our parents and family. But our space here, this is what we built here, and Singapore is a safe place. It's a good place to live.